like this part of the conversation for me comes from is like, how are you going to get the person? Sure, they'll click the next button if it's free, right? They just burnt however much, $25 worth of hire. I'm going to click the next one to claim it if it's free. How do I convince them that they should click the next button if it's costs money? Is there something fun to do there? Is that necessary? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think
it might not be necessary though. Just to open conversation around that.
Yeah, I think what I feel that yeah, there's got to be some sort of like leading edge thing that like, oh, this is what I'm moving into. And if you put it in terms of like there's 3 different tiers, then the other side of it is, oh, there's tiers, so that must mean something. And the other way to do it would be like, oh, there's just one tier, but what does that get me? And then you have to kind of like have something on the other side of it where it's like, okay, now you can join this Discord where we're dropping things, or you can. There's got to be another and something that the mind can be like, oh, right. This has got a use.
Right. And to your point, maybe it is the gated Telegram or disc, whatever is for that like initial conversation.
Yeah.
To get, and language is, like you said, important here. Like you can fuck around with this. Okay. This has something, as opposed to, yeah. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Some of my favorite Discord experiences have been going into a Discord and not really knowing why I was there, but there being like an aura about the thing, like, and then they drop something later on. And we have ideas based on early conversation and the hour before we even started recording or streaming. So there are things we can do. I think the first step would be to work out what people are burning higher for in the first instance.
Yeah,
I think a GIF would be cool
for the visual artwork.
Yeah, the burn, the ERC 1155.
Yeah, I think so too. So walk me through this process again real quick. Sorry, that you would receive this artwork after you've burnt and paid for it, not right after the burn. Or can that be one step? And maybe that's hung up.
I think it would be one UI. Where probably you have to send both tokens to a contract, and then from that contract, all the hire gets burned immediately after the $1 or $10 or whatever it lands.
Okay. I'm understanding now. You'd select from the same UI, 50,000 hire and 1 USDC and click go. I think I was hanging myself up there thinking that it would be 2 separate actions is where I was getting.
I think it would be 2 separate actions, but it's in one interface.
Not from the user. It would be.
Well, it might be 2 pop-up. It might be 2 pop-up windows, 2 things to sign, yeah. But I wouldn't worry about that in terms of like that friction is going to be everywhere. Like Connect Wallet is a friction.
It's not friction that I'm worried about. It's more so like the perception. It's like, oh fuck, because hire is still money, Hire it's worthless to me, but to other folks it's not it's not necessarily worthless. So they're buying something with the first transaction. They're just buying it with higher. And so what they're buying right away is the right to click the next button, which pays us money.
Mm.
You know, that leap mentally and may just be in my head, but it does feel like a little bit funny.
We could have a weird slider thing where, like, if you move the slider left or right, you burn more higher and pay less dollars, or you pay more dollars and burn less higher.
That's interesting.
From the fire perspective, sorry to go back in the conversation a little bit. I do like the aspect of like, or there's like a branding aspect that I kept thinking about, which is like this magical eternal flame that lasts forever. And when you redeem a 1155, you're kind of like holding your wooden peg against the fire, and then now you have like your own fire that is not so eternal, you know?
Mm,
And then what my brain kind of kept connecting the dots to is essentially like a donation system where it's like, okay,
okay.
you donate $1, then that's one fire. You donate $5, that's five fires. You donate $10, that's 10 fires, hypothetically. And that being like you can use your fire for whatever you want, but we are gonna have these like essentially fire events
Okay.
to use them in.
Yeah.
Which I think
Yeah.
that disconnects while still maintaining connected the aspect of like, yeah, you're paying us money to receive the fire, but then each fire event is also paying us money. Because you're essentially buying like you're buying redemption events in a way, right? Did I miss? Because
True.
I know I dropped out, so
True.
I might have missed a portion of what you guys were talking about.
Where
No.
where would you put higher into that equation, Brian? Where would you imagine that higher fits into that?
Those redemption events, essentially, like we would create an event where like, okay, to be part of it, it would take one of these 1155s plus X amount of higher to do the thing that
Mm.
we're telling you to do or wanting you to do.
So in this scenario, you're saying that we would just sell initially or
We,
donations or however we frame that.
yeah,
USDC buys you into this thing. And then for the next thing, whatever this next event is, you would submit your thing you bought and higher.
yeah. Essentially, I guess the way I imagine it, and definitely feel free to push back because this is a spitball idea. Um, the idea being like technically right now, tomorrow, even, we could silently launch this fire, this eternal flame. It's just a
Okay.
page on HIGHER.ZIP, and on its own, it almost is like irrelevant, right? Or we could tie it optically. We could say, like, how does HIGHER.ZIP run? Right now on the website, it says we run off of the permapool fees, right? But also, it runs off of this eternal flame to be optimistic. Do you want
Okay.
some of this? Hold your torch up to the flame. And it costs $1 and you get one flame, whatever it is. And that could exist on its own, right? Like as a
Mm-hmm.
donation mechanic, right?
Okay.
Time goes on and we start coming out with quote unquote these events, right? And the event is use a fire plus burn higher
Burn the higher with the
with the
fire.
fire, right? And redeem whatever the thing that we're trying to, whatever the initiative is that we want you to do, it's going to cost you a fire and higher. That's from like the branding. Like technically, I don't exactly know how that would work or how the UI or the UX would even work. That's just like the vague idea of the process.
Yes. What else?
It's compelling.
What else, Brian? Keep going, please.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the thing. I think obviously there's limitless possibilities to like these redemption events, right? Like it could be features on higher zip of like oh, you want the like up arrow reaction? It costs higher and fire to, maybe we make like the heart, the fire emoji, and the smiley face the three reactions you get for free, and then as time goes on we release more emojis that you can react with, right? Like that's, the other one could be like physical products, right? Like et cetera, et cetera. It's just like we create the redemption chances ad hoc whenever we have an idea for little to no money. Obviously, again, banking on that idea that the on ramp being like, once we come out with that $44 product or whatever it is. Honestly, the more we talk about it, I'm like, should all of our products be $44? It should just they all be that? It's like it's kind of like a side idea, I guess. But um we lead up to all these little like redemption events, which are essentially like, if you only donated $1, you're gonna have to keep donating essentially to hold your torch to the fire, to the eternal flame, to keep
Mm-hmm.
participating.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the fees are minimal, right? Or it could be no fees at all, because regardless, we're getting the dollar from people holding
Right.
the fire. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's like kind of like removing that, because I do agree with you. Like we're like there is some weirdness around like, okay, we charge you for the fire and then we charge you again at the
Yeah,
redemption. There
yeah.
is kind of a weird thing about that for sure.
What comes up for me now is that, and I like this idea a lot, by the way,
Mm-hmm. Same.
is how higher and fire become a third thing. Like,
Yep.
because I think it will still feel like it. There's some people that they've already paid for it, and now you're asking them to burn higher as well. So I think maybe there's
Mm.
maybe what's in my mind is that, yeah, fire is cool, but then higher would augment the nature of fire, and for some reason my ideas might be like, okay, you have the hat that Ryan's wearing now, but if you have the combination of higher burn plus fire, you put them together, you now have like this green fire thing that you can.
Yep.
Now you have access to the green fire version of the hat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
I can't help but think of the connection to like Minecraft a little bit, which I haven't directly played, but I, through periphery knowledge, know that like you make recipes in like the little oven thing, and then you know what I mean, like you mix the diamond with the stone thing, and like it creates a new thing. And I feel like that approach, or for some reason that approach, is kind of like sticking in my head with this, where it's like, okay, you have the fire and the higher makes the green fire, and then there's like this other ingredient, and depending on that other ingredient is what the thing that you get is.
Yeah. Well, you could think about it from, and I know it's kind of a long time frame, but years go quick. Like the fire horse is only 1 year, right? So, next February,
It's
the
fire goat, to be fair.
Next
Say
year's the
again?
goat.
Yeah, the 2027 is the year of the fire goat.
still fire?
Yeah,
Is it always fire?
let me just check.
For like, I think for like a few years, it has to go through the whole cycle. I forget what order horse is in.
Oh, okay. Because I was
No,
like,
no, no. 2028 is the earth monkey.
Oh, okay.
2027
2027 is the fire goat.
fire goat.
2028 is the earth monkey.
And then
Wow.
it goes through what, 10 Earths?
I don't think so. I think they're slightly different.
Is it just
Maybe
locked at
it's two
2
orbits.
fires?
Right. Yeah, well, it goes to fire, which is horse and goat. Then it goes to earth, and then it changes to metal
For 2?
for 2. Yeah,
Oh wow.
and then the rat. Wait. 2020, 2032. Yeah, water in 2032. Yeah, I think it's every element has 2 years. It looks like.
See, that's too bad, because that's a long time. If it was like 1 year, we could like flip every year. Like, yeah, this year you're lighting your torch on our eternal fire, and next year, if it was Earth, you're like crushing up a fucking boulder into like a chalice or something. Yeah. But
Why is 2 years too long? We move slow anyway.
because it seems like a fire, we'll get tired of fire. Maybe we won't. Just from like a fun perspective.
Mm.
But it doesn't matter, actually. Maybe it's not too long. Maybe it's just the right amount of time. I forget why I derailed that. Sorry.
I was talking about the combining things together.
That's why. Yeah. Because I love that, by the way. You know, you've got a green fire now, and either that's worth, like, actually worth more, some sort of value, whatever value we, decide these tokens have, the green one's worth more. And or, yeah, like, it's a different set of unlocks. You're in the green room now or whatever. And I like that. So in that scenario, we're simply selling. Simply is the wrong word, but I'm breaking it down for my head. We're selling 1155s with a cool fire experience for $1 or whatever, or $5 or whatever it is. That's the initial. That's what we would come out of the. I'm thinking from like a marketing perspective. Like, you come out of the gate, you're like, we're selling what, Initially, like it felt like good marketing to be like, we're just burning shit, like as our initial sort of step. And so I wonder if for the first round, maybe the holding your torch to the fire doesn't cost any money outside of burning your hire. Like the first one, it's like burn your hire, get this shit. Maybe next one is it's falling apart in my head. I just my perspective is not losing the juice of, hey, we're just burning higher, the old higher token because we fucking want to, like that to me is like the best marketing and story that we currently have. Is it watered down or less compelling if we start out with, $1 to get this 1155, and then what? All of that is prefaced by the fact that I love this idea, by the way.
Of the fire.
Yeah, like the eternal fire on the site. That's like a kind of a donation thing, which is like a pass, but it's really compelling.
Yeah,
And
it could
maybe
be cool.
it doesn't matter. Maybe my questions I just asked don't fucking matter, to be honest. Maybe it's
No, that's
just,
a good, I mean, it's a good angle. If our goal is to burn more higher, then it does make sense like at least maybe the option is there, being like you could either pay $1 for this 1155, or you could burn higher for the 1155.
Yeah, and maybe the amount of
Maybe that gives you
maybe
two different 1155s. I don't know.
interesting.
Maybe instead of bundles, maybe that's what it is. It's just like you get a green flame and a red flame. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be it. Like the eternal fire is there, and then if you throw higher tokens in there, then you can whip out something like melted, something like that. Or if you want to just get the fire, you can do that.
Yeah.
Like we can really just treat it as like Minecraft in a way.
Right, exactly. It's like literally, it's the template is kind of there already, right?
Which that the way you guys just simplified that makes a lot of sense, right? Like, okay, you can buy this for $1, or if you want to upgrade it, when you buy it for $1 with,
And maybe we
$5
treat
worth
those
of fire.
differently in the redemption events, right? Like
And if it's a gambling mechanics, the higher one is like triple the rate
something
for.
exactly.
That's making sense to me. That's making sense to me. Because it's like also, okay, you want to it's $1 if you just want this thing.
Right.
It's not much, whatever. And if you want the cool thing, it's like $6, but 5 of it's higher, and it's
Right.
gonna get burnt. And we don't get any of that shit. So you just pay us $1. I think that solves all of my like charging people to burn their higher. This I don't know why this framing just makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, and you have like obviously the people who burn higher, they compensate in some way, but they're compensated more in like access to something unique, as opposed to us going into our pockets to give stuff to people for basically free.
Right.
I mean, it's gamifying a donation process and everything. It covers a lot of basis of things that I think even as a company we need, right? Like,
One of the
PBS
things that I
go ahead.
thought was cool also is that the NFT, you can lean harder into the products being NFTs as well, because you can kind of sell higher blanks as NFTs, and then if people don't claim the higher blank to have it, they can combine it with whatever other shit they've created, and that we've already kind of recouped some of the costs it would be to make some of the cooler shit. So the combination that they're making are going to be paid for in some way.
Yep. Agreed. I like that. That's really smart. And then it makes me think of, I think we need to be careful of like too much gating, right? Like, so say the red fire is $1 and then the green fire is the juicy one. Like whatever we create after that, we can use these as not like access necessarily. Maybe the higher one has special access to some things, but whatever we create, it's like, say we're selling an NFT for $10 down the road. You flip your coin, the red flame, for a 10% chance that you get this thing for free. But like anybody could still buy it, right? But like you could go buy 5 more of these fires and have a 50% chance, or the higher one that you combined, has like a 80% chance that you get it for free. So then you're like going back to the fire maybe to like buy more. But if you just want the piece, you can still just buy it for $10. That starts to make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think my worry there would be like creating like too closed of an ecosystem within like a small network already.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I
yeah,
think that's it.
I think overall that should be the vibe too. Is like you could participate in this way, but you could also just flat out pay for the thing. You know, it definitely should be that overall with it. I think anything that we do, honestly.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Do we want to have like? I feel like there should be some sort of first thing though. Maybe it's a digital NFT though that um like the I think there's something in maybe we're making products that people just want to buy, um and that's cool. But I think that leading into there's a certain vibe of character that has decided elected to burn their hire is a cool situation that we should kind of recognize maybe earlier that we could do through like an ERC 721 collection or something where like we're recognizing them like almost for free. It's like you burnt you got one of these green flame things, sick. You get one of the you can burn that and get one of these NFTs for free, and there's only like 777 of them.
And maybe those two things are like fully separate in a way that like, okay, is that what you're saying? Yeah. But like initially it's just like burn higher to get this 721 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like we put in place the infrastructure to continuously burn your hire for whatever the fuck we do in the future.
Yeah.
Am I understanding? Is that?
Yeah, like they'll always if we keep churning out things, there'll always be a reason to go back to the fire and maybe burn some higher. But I think early on, it also makes sense for our first product that we sell utilizing this new feature for it to be some sort of like a something that people can almost they can feel like they're getting it for free because they're just trading it straight in rather than us asking for money right off the bat.
Great idea. Yep. I love that. And that's like and we can use that down the road for gating anything that we feel like truly needs to be gated or exclusive.
It ties into the DMV thing, roughly, vaguely.
Yes. Yes, it does.
It's
This
like
is DMV Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm really having fun. I think this is, yeah, this sounds fun.
It's our own DMV.
It's our own, yeah.
And that makes more sense to do than like I think it makes sense to have our own DMV
as opposed to like pulling in references of old as passkeys. This is like we're creating them as we go. Come and join us, sort of vibe.
Yeah, like HP's got their thing going on. HIGHER.ZIP have got their thing going on, which is the Minecraft DMV thing. Internally, we call it Minecraft DMV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, what? Let's create.
So yeah, what are the steps then here?
First is the first piece being the just initial burn. See who fucks with it.
Yeah, so we need what the eternal flame looks like, and I like Flame of Optimism. I like that as a maybe there's a little bit of corniness in it, and there might be something better, but I quite like it as well. And then we need what that looks like, and we need what the green flame looks like, which is the higher plus, and then what the normal flame looks like, and that's the start, isn't it? And then we go to cam around the contract mechanics.
Yep.
And it is an open edition, right? That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Say that again.
It's just it's an open edition 1155 essentially.
Yeah.
For the first one too.
For both fires, right?
Yeah, for both fire. Yeah.
But isn't that the third, the very early idea? Some
Oh yeah. So what I focus on first is the Eternal Flame, the two Open Edition ERC 1155 visuals. Then the next thing would be is the ER 721 collection that we've already began on. That would be the first thing that people who have interacted with the Eternal Flame can go and kind of claim something for free.
Cool.
For free.
I was picturing it the other way around.
How come?
You were picturing just
like the folks that we'd come out of the gate with a 721 or whatever that is, and the only requirement is just burning higher, and then you have this limited sort of token.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right? But when you
but I
burn
was
that first and then go to the Eternal Fire.
No, I was thinking the other way around. I was thinking we launched the Eternal Fire, and then our first product launch is the ER721 collection, and it's the first product launch in the DMV system because you have to use one of the 1155s to actually get it.
That does make sense. That makes sense.
Is it,
Okay.
would that PFP thing also be something where like you could go burn, you could participate in the fire thing, or you could just buy it? Would that also fall into that, or no? Maybe not.
I think no. I think it would be cleaner just to say this is for burners. Like we're not.
Okay, cool.
Where this is a specific type of person is going to own this thing, and that's kind of it.
Okay. Cool. That'll be an interesting UI sort of design challenge, is this interacting with the Eternal Fire.
Yeah, that would be interesting, honestly.
Yeah, I'm trying to, yep. That'll be.
What do you think about the redemption targets? Like being like you could pay $1 for the fire thing, but maybe burning $1 and higher for the higher one. Versus like I think you said before $6. Like, $5 and higher plus $1. Like
I think,
what do you think about making it the same price essentially, except it's just determining whether it's higher or USDC?
it makes sense to me that it always requires $1, and then you can choose to add your green juice if you want the dope one. I don't know if that's $1 or higher or 5. I kind of like the higher numbers.
Yeah.
Than just like 1 to 1. But I could be convinced otherwise too. I don't have a.
No, I think that's right, and I think you start with some sort of. It's kind of like actual nature. You start with something that is kind of really vital in terms of making other things. That there's some investment you have to make to get fire, some energy investment to get fire, and then maybe when you're on a stream, someone is just like throwing out logs or something. I don't know, but there are other materials that can come to you freely. But there's a energy investment at the level of fire, and then from there on, you can combine shit, and it can go in directions.
Yeah,
and I really like the Brian pointing to the emoji reactions as a thing, because I think digital stuff in that's going to be important too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very important.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah. If you can sell digital shit, you've cracked the code.
A little bit, right? Yeah. There's an aspect of also Twitch streaming where like you almost the bits thing where like you have to
Mm-hmm.
be in a stream for like 30 minutes to get like some people lock their channels in a way where like you can't chat unless you collect these like 50 bits and you can't collect the 50 bits unless you've watched it for 30 minutes or something. Like, there's like weird loops like that
Yep.
where I feel like it's another thing we could down the line implement or something, right?
Yep.
Like maybe if everyone in chat is throwing up the up arrow, people are gonna like want that, and they're like, "Oh, how do I get the up arrow? You got to buy a fire. You got to redeem a fire or something.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it circles a lot of squares here. Because I was thinking when we initially started talking about that XP token, whatever, I was thinking about Twitch and like
Yeah,
this makes so much sense from a user perspective and allows us to do all of this wacky bullshit at the same time. It's like answering a lot of it's a good design. It seems like a good design.
We're starting with an abundant resource, which is
yeah,
important. We're not starting with a fixed amount of anything that is like what
Agreed.
is fixed, which is interesting, is the actually over time the green fire is fixed in the amount that it has.
right.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
that is
That's
interesting.
pretty fascinating. There's only so much higher you could burn because there's a limited amount of higher.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that would be such a success story, bro. What? If we just effectively burn all the higher, that would be insane. Where like
I
higher
love
itself
that.
becomes an NFT because there's like so little of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good job, gentlemen. I feel like we really went from idea to concept
Strategy.
to
Yeah.
actionable items. I don't know if we've ever done that so effectively.
Yeah.
There's normally like loose ends at the end that are like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? But this
suits us as well. I think it suits the way that we want to do it because we're starting with a resource and then we can go any direction from there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes NFTs make sense.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Agreed. I think the ERC20 was confusing me and always has confused me, actually, from like an experimental perspective. The NFTs, maybe just because I'm simple, but like, it just makes so much sense.
No, I just think I agree with you because I think the ideologically we're used to stuff like that. For example, like you buy a skin on Fortnite, you know what you're getting. You're getting the skin, right? Even though it's a digital good, it's not even an NFT, like whatever. You can at least visualize the thing that you're getting here. It's a fucking hammer and some wings or some shit, right? Like, okay, boom, that makes perfect sense. But that is kind of abstracted away when you start thinking about the ERC20 because then it's like I can get fractions of a hammer. Like what is a fraction of a hammer, right? Like your brain goes into this like gymnastics of trying to understand and it kind of separates from reality.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is also insane about this is that we've launched a physical product already. Like physical products are kind of forefronted in this, even though this is very, very digital, which is different from other NFT projects where they're almost entirely in the realm of media and digital stuff. And if they have merch, it's kind of like, oh, we have merch that points back at your digital stuff rather than the digital stuff leading to interesting merch, which is kind of we flipped it the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah. I like that framing.
Here we are, boys.
I got to run, but I think we cracked it.
I was gonna say, what? All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think we cracked it too. I think we should definitely write down what the thing is that we're gonna do next, right? Like the imagery is one thing, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, John, if you gotta go, you gotta go. We could
Yeah.
definitely handle the note taking aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been real, man.
Later, brother.
Peace. So yeah, dude, that feels pretty solid and actually like doable in a very short amount of time.
Agreed. I agree. And it just makes sense. It's nice for it. It takes me a long time to understand shit, and then I'm here though, you know.
Yeah, it could be interesting to do, and you can, I think I'm spitballing at this, but like like a little fire emoji and a number on like the navigation of the website. So when you log in, you know how many fire torches you have.
Absolutely, bro.
Um,
And hey, oh, also like shit. That makes me think of Twitch too. Is like gifting these
Gifting
as
torches.
well.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah. It is kind of sick, honestly. And honestly, it's all kind of really underlined by the fact that fire rhymes with higher. Like that is fucking nuts, dude. Like it seems so trivial, but like it hits really hard.
It hits so hard.
And it's a shorter word. It's like what the like what? I mean, like I feel like no one's made this connection before for some reason.
I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, and then paired with the horse, like if I was just like hearing about this for the first time, I think there's some really smart motherfuckers,
Yeah.
you know, cooking that up.
These motherfuckers waited to the year of the fire horse to come out with this brand. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's so smart, bro. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, you know how that is when you like finally stumble upon a design that works. You're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So then what do we have to do? Is it mostly aesthetics that like aesthetic
yeah,
hunting essentially?
aesthetics, graphics, and kind of more exploration still as far as like what specifically, but you know, like more graphics for the page on the site. You know, like what the fuck does that look like? Is you know, it probably wants like a cool animation or
Right.
you know, maybe it simplified to like a little video pop up or something that like
It could be a fucking 3D animation type thing. It's just like a fire, you know? So it's consistently just like
yeah.
burning.
Well, you know, like uh you used to claim DGen on Farcaster, remember that?
I
Were you
didn't
doing
go
that?
that hard, nah.
Okay, well when you claimed there was like all this fucking confetti, it was like really crazy. You've seen it on other sites, I'm sure, but like that, whatever sort of experience that just
Oh
like,
wait, I did do that. You like go on the site and you claim like your allocation or allowance
yeah,
essentially. Oh yeah, 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 I did do that. I remember the confetti. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, and then you know, it's like,
Yeah.
something like that in a cool like
Does
clean
your whole
way,
screen just
Z way.
like engulfed in fire?
Okay,
That might
yeah,
be dope, yeah.
because that the experience side of things too is not obviously is not limited to just the structure, right? Like
Right.
the fun aspect is like, dude, going on a website, clicking a button
Yeah,
that like a
that
surprise happens,
uh,
like that's fucking fun.
that's literally almost like the most important part, kind of, right?
I think
Like,
it, bro, I think it absolutely is.
yeah,
I think it absolutely is.
yeah, that's
Because the
funny.
rest of it's boring without it. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise it's just a story in our head and not like something that somebody can experience.
Yeah,
I'm here. So let's riff on some, I guess, visual ideas. What these NFTs gonna look like? I do like my initial thought of like a coin on fire, but it could totally be any other thing. That was just me trying to like simplify if we needed to move fast, but
Yeah.
something that feels. I like your visual of like dipping a torch in, like made me think of Survivor, right? Like
Yeah.
fire is your life, you know, when it's extinguished, it's like you're out. But in this case, like you extinguish your flame when you submit it for whatever item down the road.
Yeah, the magic of it is that this flame that we have is different from other flames and the fact that it is kind of eternal. So you can light your stick with this eternal flame and it'll be eternal in like this is the lore I guess behind it is like it'll burn eternally on your torch. The thing is
Yeah.
that when you're with these redemption events, you're handing in the torch. So you lose the fire and the torch basically.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a world where, nah, because you'd want to own multiple. I was thinking, like, what if
You can
you
light more
just
torches off of yours.
extinguished your torch when you redeemed it, and then you just got the torch back that was.
Ah,
But
interesting.
no, I don't like that idea.
It could be an
'Cause
idea, but it is a separate. It's like a leg off of the same idea or a fork almost. Like yeah,
yeah, it's a fork. I don't like it as much. I do like the idea of. So okay, it makes sense to me to light a torch. It makes less sense to me to like throw your torch, to dispose of your torch. Is there an object like a torch that kind of fits both of those criteria? Like, torch is good though.
yeah.
Like matches are like disposable, but they're not as cool. But then we could do custom fucking matchbooks.
Oh shit, a matchbook would be fire, bro. What? Oh, we got to do that. Computer, take notes. um,
That was amazing, dude. I'm clipping that, bro. I'm putting that on the fucking Higher channel. I don't even. That's so good.
oh shit,
The match is compelling.
the match
It's
is nice.
it's less like powerful as the torch, but it still scratches that itch and maybe opens that other door of like that being like a staple product on our site that someone could buy for
Well,
like
definitely
$6.
it should be a staple product, I think, is the thing because
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if it's not connected to this torch idea thing, I think
Mhm.
like calling it like mini like calling a matchbook and like literally calling it like mini book of eternal flames. You know what I mean? Like a sample pack of eternal flames, like that just
Yeah,
has a whole thing that can live on its own that ties
like
into the
the
overall thing, you know?
like Eternal Flame prototypes
Yeah.
kind of shit. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
something
I'm
like
here.
that, like being like eternal flame, like pocketable eternal flame or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like that would be
That's
dope.
fun. That's really fun.
And then if we have events, we can give these out for free. It's a fucking matchbook, bro.
It's genius. It's genius. Fucking send some to Katra for FarCon, dude.
Yeah, that might be a vibe, honestly. If honestly, we should look into that for this fucking live stream with this fucking
I'll look
FWV
into
event.
that right now. I'll look into that right fucking now
Cause
because
that's
that's
an
compelling.
easy win. That's an easy fucking win, dude.
Cool business card, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Cool business card. Like, oh my God, dude. What are we on today?
Dude, we cracked
What are
something
we
today.
on today, bro? We are
Bro,
riding
dude,
a
in the
wave
water.
today, I think. I think we're riding a wave today.
It feels good. It feels, yeah. Yeah, the wave's in motion, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look into that right fucking now. And there's probably like crossover there between graphics for
Yeah,
digital stuff and physical stuff. Like,
totally.
okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I think starting out with visuals and UI.
I can spruce it. The thing that's kind of cool is with the staging environment, I could spruce up a page and just push it to there. So
Mm,
then we could start like literally mocking it up as like a UI right away without it being like public already, you know?
and you know what too? We could we could create a looping video for the landing page that's like fire inspired.
Oh my God, dude. That's it. That's what we're gonna do, bro. There it is, right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the
That's
thing is,
cool.
too, with this looping animation, we can change it. We should change it periodically, like basically seasonally, right? We should be
Yep.
like, okay, like this season, it's gonna be fire. Next season, a different, like honestly, we should create a fire horse looping
I'm gonna fuck
animation.
around with that. That sounds fun.
That would be fun. Because if we could,
I did a loop. I have a loop for the arrow on fire I was fucking with last night, but I like the horse better.
yeah, I have one from really early video. Oh, I shared it in the Telegram a while back. It was just like a horse on fire in a city, which I don't think lines up with us, but like it's definitely,
It was cool though.
yeah, it's like we could do more
I fuck
stuff.
with horse in the city, dude. I did some old Pegasus
Love a
flying
Pegasus.
horse in New York, bro. Like,
Oh, that's
and
right.
then
I saw
flying
that.
out over Central Park. Bro. Ah, shit,
That
that
one
was
was
cool.
fire, dude. That was what that was like Gemini or VO2 or something like that, right?
That was Vio. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I forgot about Vio.
Yeah.
It moves quick, bro. Yeah, I don't even find that. Maybe I should still post it.
Because that one's fire, dude. If you could do that one and the Pegasus is on fire, dude,
I
what?
probably can now that I have that base video. Makes it super
That's
easy.
what I'm
too.
saying. I think you could hit that one. That one would
All
hit.
right, I'll play. I'll play with that. Let's
'Cause-
just start fucking around with visuals, man.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I think that's the move right there. Because then because then we could incorporate that to the staging, incorporate the fire redemption page to the staging. My question becomes, and I don't know if we even need to address this right now at all because it gets kind of tedious. It's the permapool, the existence of permapool, donating to the permapool, and all that exists on the site, and I wasn't really planning on removing that at all. What's the take here on like,
I
do
think we
both of them
could shelf.
exist?
I almost think we could shelf that for
Really?
now. I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, it's
I
it's an open
don't.
question.
I don't think about the perma pool. Obviously, it exists, and maybe it's shady to like hide that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care about it.
I think if we shelf it, we definitely got to do like almost like a case study on it. And then maybe that's what lives on the site is like we started with this perma pool. This is how it went. This is how many fees we made. Like almost like a case study. And then after that, it's shelved. Like it doesn't even exist on there. We're not, et cetera. Like it,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There is kind of also a similarity to like burning and the donating to the perma pool, right? Because you're
There
in
is.
both cases, it's gone. The hire is gone forever, right? Or no?
This is interesting.
Damn it! Another hour. Here we go.
Adding to the perma pool is,
Is essentially burning, in a way.
in a way, that it doesn't. If you think about it's a pool of ash. If you think about it as a pool of ash, the perma pool is burning your tokens. The is the hmm.
So is that what it is? And then maybe now we're just giving someone an 1155 to donate.
I'm not sure. I could be convinced either way. The idea that the tokens are literally fucking burnt and don't exist
I
anywhere is
know.
cool.
I know. That is the
But
cool aspect
like
of it.
adding it to the perma pool in a way that we may like actually make money off of these burns is also compelling.
Yeah. Well, I guess my question becomes then like, could we burn the perma pool? Like, could we take money out of the perma pool to burn it?
I
No,
don't
right?
think so. Here, one sec. One sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I don't think we can burn the permapool. What I was wondering is if, like, well, I'm not sure. No, it falls apart a little bit, but like my initial thought was, and I think this is maybe where you were going, is that like the burn action actually sends it to the permapool instead of legitimately burning it, which to the user it may as well be burnt, but
Yeah.
to us it's adding to the our pool dominance for generating fees, but it once again ties us back to being, you know, correlated to the token itself as opposed to distancing ourselves.
Right. Can both of them exist without being hypocritical, I guess, right? Is the question.
Right. So that's a great question. So would in this scenario we hand off the permapool to somebody else?
Our adversary, essentially. Who's our biggest enemy? Here's the permapool, right?
Oh shit. Right. Because to your point, it maybe doesn't seem, it's maybe a little awkward to, even though the fees are negligible, to still be drawing fees from this pool and having a stance about burning the old token to the ground.
Yeah, that's the aspect about it that's very interesting. Because oh shit, dude, the higher zip logo almost hit the corner. It almost got right there in the corner, dude. Sorry, my bad.
Oh
Hey,
God.
ADD moment there, but no,
Oh,
that's
that was
yeah, it's
funny.
fascinating because I think there's a delicacy or like a delicate nature to those optics, but I almost at the same time feel like in crypto that's kind of okay. Like I think we could actually play both sides
Yeah,
because I think
because
at the end of the day in crypto, like what we're doing here is economics, right? And at
mhm,
the end of the day, or the bottom line is kind of we're creating moments in which you spend the token, and we're creating all these mechanics for token movement essentially. And in
true,
both cases, burning and also donating to a permapool are they're both those things.
true.
So I think it's almost like it becomes the onus gets then transferred to the audience, which is like, what do you want to do with the hire? Do you want to put it in? It's like the red pill or the blue pill.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting. So yeah, because to your point, and John has said this a few times, that like the idea of burning tokens, it's a funny dichotomy because most holders find that to be a positive thing,
Right. And that's what I'm
even
saying about the
though,
permapool. It's like both of them are positive, and you know what I mean? One, you're just proliferating the higher coin, and the other one, you're proliferating by burning, right?
yeah, because
Am I
in
oversimplifying it?
no, you're exactly right. Donating, putting money in the permapool, and or burning the token are both positive for token holders
Right.
because more liquidity is always good and also less supply is always good. So is there a scenario where we promote both as an
Right.
option? Like
Right.
instead of like you could choose to burn or you could choose to add it to the permapool.
Exactly.
In both scenarios, you're not getting your hire back.
Right.
And in both scenarios,
It's a net positive for the higher token,
technically,
right?
or And in the permapool scenario, it's more beneficial for us.
A little
I
bit.
don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting game to play. And honestly,
Hmm.
it seems really fun. It seems fun to be able to proliferate both, honestly.
It's compelling. It's
It would be fascinating to like market that against each other. Essentially, you like, what's that, Pepsi versus Coke, and you own both of them.
right,
That's
right,
a
right, right.
Procter and Gamble play right there. Or who owns them? It's like one company probably owns both of them. Interesting play there. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a very compelling, not problem, but maybe opportunity even.
Yeah.
What if we just stumbled upon the best way to fund the permapool by convincing ourselves that we wanted to burn the entirety of the old token?
No, I mean, it's a fascinating thing because I think that, well, what's fascinating to me about it is that as we saw with the idea of the token migration, it's a polarizing kind of topic there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
People that are like, yeah, do it. I'm down for whatever. Let's fucking do it. This thing is not doing anything. Fuck it. Let's try migrating. And then you got the other
Mm-hmm.
people that are like, nah, dude, is like we shouldn't migrate. We should do this other thing. And in both cases, trying to like accomplish both kind of is like a nothing ended up happening essentially, which
Right.
really meant that the people who didn't want it to be migrated actually just won by virtue of no action, right?
Right. Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But then with pitting permapool versus burning a token together, are like easily actionable, and essentially both people win.
Right. And it's just a personal decision on how you want to win.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's almost like a race. Like who could burn the fastest or who can like add to the permapool the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like a public voting in a way, right? Like vote by burning or vote by adding to permapool.
And in both scenarios, holders win for one, but also if we succeed here, then you're receiving real product for
Right.
your actions.
Right.
Compelling.
So maybe what it is at the end of the day, and definitely check me here because we're spitballing and we're on fire. But like the idea here seems to be like we have the fire idea already. Now, do we need to rebrand the permapool idea now? Right? Because maybe it's
Interesting.
just a matter of rebranding it to something that's clearly like against fire. Like, oversimplifying, but is it the water? Like
Well, water. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Is it a fire versus water scenario?
It's like a well basically, as opposed to a fire.
The well. Yeah. Yeah. Which I think we cross that bridge when we get there. I think for now,
Right.
we just got the fire. You know what I mean?
Start with the
We
fire,
start with the
but
fire. But
it's interesting though, and sounds kind of fun at the same time. Though, like we talked about it, of course, it's compelling. It's more compelling to me, more punk avant-garde to be like
burn it.
these tokens no longer exist.
Yeah, it is definitely for
Like
sure.
like a fuck them, but doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do necessarily. We're kind of just doing it
Well,
because
I
it's
think the thing is this is that like the year of the fire horse, like we just determined, is limited to the time, right? Like we can only run the campaign for the year of the fire horse, although the concept can exist past that, but like from a marketing perspective,
Mm-hmm.
that's that, right? Like
Yep.
February, whatever. So after that timeline, that's where almost like the real battle kind of begins, right? Because then it's like we're done marketing the fire aspect, but there's this other option of the permapool still in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's just like a maybe natural evolution of what the campaign is. So maybe we hide the permapool during the year of the fire horse and then bring it back up with the year of the fire goat.
It's hard to say. To me, it feels like if we don't adopt the permapool right now, while we approach this burn mechanics, it's kind of like we're just stating that we don't give a fuck about the permapool or the token,
Yeah.
and to bring it back later maybe doesn't quite make sense
So
to
it has to
me.
be prevalent the whole way through, I think.
I feel like, or it's either that, or I do believe that we would pass on ownership
Yeah.
of the permapool because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear John's thoughts on that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting too because like I could see it where we are just saying that from the jump, meaning we're just saying that like, yeah, fuck the token, light it on fire, send it to the burn, like we're just saying that verbally while I could see us doing that and going down that rabbit hole pretty aggressively while also the permapool still existing.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
That's currently what we're doing.
And I guess I don't see that as anything other than like just like that's what we're marketing right now.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like I don't think that that's necessarily like a hypocritical thing to do or anything like
okay.
that. I think that's just like products market certain things in certain times or companies market certain products at certain times. And right
Fair.
now we're marketing burn the fucking higher token.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I fuck with that.
You know?
Yeah. I respect that perspective. I do. And maybe it's cooler to do it while
While also
we
having
control it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's actually cooler. It might be. It's arguably more interesting.
I'd be interesting to bring Cam in on the conversation too, from like what's technically option, what technical options we actually have with the permapool contract and stuff.
Good point. Yeah, because from what I remember, though, like the only way to withdraw a proportion of whatever is in the LP would be to like mass sell, which would extract X% from the permapool as ETH.
Yeah.
But he may have some wacky ideas.
Yeah, or like there's also the interesting thing about working in this medium is that like we're talking about graphics and design and all that stuff, but also like the mobility of money between wallets is like an aspect of the medium that is kind of important, right?
Mm,
Because like people can go see that and they could be like, oh, they're saying this, but but the wallet actions and activities mean another thing. So like that is
mm,
almost like it's like a public aspect of it that we kind of have to do or
yep,
tie into the overall whatever we decide that we're doing.
agreed. Which which is why the burn is so compelling because it's like
Yeah,
right on the fucking blockchain. It's like
exactly.
just look on Etherscan and there you go.
There
You
it
know what I
is.
mean?
Yeah.
The public aspect, yeah, is compelling. There's a fair bit to explore there, I feel like.
All right, so before we stray too far, I think we should get to work on this fire idea.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
because the further we get, then the more, like we already honed in on this thing.
Yep.
I think I think kind of it ends up being a fascinating idea or mechanic to like
To build
basically
out.
what amounts to like acquiring donations and then making a fun game out of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pre-sale, right?
Yeah.
Donation, pre-sale, which is cool.
Should the URL be higher.zip/fire? Higher.zip/fire.
I wonder if we could get fire.zip.
Oh shit. What?
Let's see, bro.
Honestly, if we do that, that would solve the permapool fire discussion right there because it'd just be a different site where we're doing fire.
Yep. It's compelling. Let's see here. Why is it not look?
It's
Oh,
available?
it's fucking it's $550 though.
Damn.
But it is there, dude. It's so good.
What about, I mean, I'm sure higher on fire.zip is also available.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it might be cheap, honestly.
It's gotta be cheap, I bet. Yeah, $10.
Is that too weird? We could probably think of a better one, honestly.
But I like the direction. Yeah, I feel like we could come up with a juicer that's not 550. Fire.zip is crazy though, dude.
Yeah, yeah. To own higher.zip and also fire.zip is so fire, honestly.
Dude, yeah, heat, bro.
That's
Straight heat.
heat. Yeah, that's.
That's cool. Yeah,
Could you get fire.zip, but it's higher, just replace the first H? Is that too much? Too abstract?
I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's there. Ten
Really?
bucks.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
Ooh, that I'm adding that to the cart.
That might be a good one, honestly.
That's really good, actually. I think that's better than FIRE, actually. Even though it's like it looks kind of funny,
It looks funny, yeah.
but for the meme, it's yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna buy that. Oh shit!
It's interesting, right? Because it is pronounced like if to read that word on a page, that is how you would pronounce it fire,
Fire,
right?
fire, higher, fire. Yeah, you would. You absolutely would pronounce it like that. Well, it's
Yeah,
getting
because
bought
that
right
because
now.
when you pronounce fight, for example, yeah, fire. Yeah, that is literally how you would pronounce it.
Yup, yup. All right.
Is it too mimish? Because see the thing that I keep thinking about is like I would be I guess I don't want to create a separate community from higher is the thing. I guess my idea I think we agree that like the fire community that whatever this amounts to should be within the higher thing. I mean, maybe a
Yes.
little bit of it could go outside, but I think for a majority, it's like if higher was a circle, fire would be a circle within a circle.
Yep.
I don't want to be
I
like,
think so. Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh, we're creating this whole separate thing called fire, like that is like outside of the circle of higher.
I agree with you, by the way, which maybe lends itself to still just existing on our current site more so
Yeah,
than being a separate site.
a little bit.
I can go either way. Yeah, food for thought.
That is an interesting thing, yeah.
Food for thought. Okay.
All right, man.
Well, before we solve the entirety of the world's problems, let's get to fucking work, bro.
All right, bro. I'll see you on the gram then.
Yeah. Oh, and if you can send those
Yeah, I got you.
covers at any point,
Yeah, I got you.
just so we can.
I've printed them all. I just have to cut them now fold them and send them. It should probably take me like maybe I'll do that instead of work on the site. Actually, let me do that
Or
first.
like, I don't see us selling like fucking 30 overnight. You know what I mean? So like, if you only wanted to do like 10 or something, just so I have them, up to you.
I mean, maybe just to save on shipping costs. Just so I don't know that calculator doesn't keep going up, I guess.
Because we also like, I'm gonna be out there in a month. So like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
if we sell more than 10 in the next month, I'll be like surprised.
Souped. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, it just like, so it's then just like shipping like documents, which should be pretty cheap.
That's true. It'd probably be like $5 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That might just be the vibe. Do you think
Just as long as I have some, you know what I mean?
is that a box shipping or a manila envelope type shipping?
I would do an envelope, but
I'm concerned
maybe
about the
put like cardboard on either side,
yeah.
and then you're good.
All right. That's gonna be the
probably
vibe.
good. Because that would be cheap to ship.
All right. I think I even have a manila envelope right here that I could just use. Oh, I have those bubble wrap manila envelopes, and that probably fits. I'll show you.
Yeah, that would be good.
They're bubble wrapped, and I think they fit exactly. Honestly, I think
Nice.
they fit exactly a cover. Like, let's see. Kinda. Nah, it's a little too big. Never mind that.
Well, if they're folded though,
I folded. Yeah, it could be. All right.
up to you.
All right, dude.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it, bro. Good chat as always.
All right, man. Same. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Later.
Higher.